Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending this morning's very special service of the Dharma School Family Service Programming. Today, as you might have noticed from looking up front and looking behind you, we are celebrating Scout Sunday. It is a special occasion that we observe just once a year where our Dharma School students and Sangha members who just happen to be Scouts or Scout leaders chair the service. Mr. Ken Muraoka, our temple's Director of Scout Programs, will talk a little bit more about Scout Sunday and its meeting in his welcome message. Thank you again for attending our service. Our Scouts thank you for your support of their annual observance of Scout Sunday. Now we will have a flag procession that will be led by the Scouts. It's part of their opening of the service. Those who are able, and if you're willing, please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and other Scout oaths and recitation as part of their opening ceremony. BTSD Scout Sangha Flag Detail, advance. Post colors. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Scout signs for the Girl Scout promise. The Scout Law. Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. The Cub Scout motto. BTSD Scout Sangha flag detail dismissed. You may now all be seated. And thank you for allowing the Scouts to participate in this ceremony. I would now like to invite up to the podium Mr. Ken Muraoka, Director of Scout Programming here at the Buddhist Temple of San Diego, for this morning's welcome message. Ken?
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Scout Sunday. You may be asking what exactly is Scout Sunday, or you might recall from last year, but Scout Sunday, back in 1909, William D. Boyce, a Chicago publisher, while visiting London in the fall of 1909, was lost in thick fog in the center, while being in the center of the city. Now, how many of you guys have ever been lost? I've been lost. I cried really hard, so hard that I couldn't catch my breath, and I was, and it was really scary. Was it scary for any of you guys? Yeah, and that was when I was much younger. Of course, it wasn't just last year. It was much younger, but as an adult, when you get lost, it just causes a lot of frustration, right? So this William D. Boyce was very frustrated. He couldn't find where he was supposed to go. Nearly at his wit's end, he stopped and asked a young man for directions. Not only did this young man tell William Boyce how to get to his destination, he actually walked him over to that destination and made certain that he could find his way rather than just giving him directions and just say, hey, we'll just go over around the corner and around there. I've fallen for that one, and I've ended up in the wrong place myself. So it was really nice of this guy to, this young man to walk him to his destination. So Mr. Boyce tried to show his gratitude by giving this young man a tip, but the young man said, well, I cannot accept it. And when asked why, the young man told Boyce that he was a Boy Scout and taking a tip would negate the good deed that he had done and violate his scouting code. The youth's gesture impressed Boyce so much. He later visited with the founder of Scouting, Lord Baden-Powell. Boyce was so taken with Lord Baden-Powell and the Scouting movement that he brought it to America. In Washington, D.C. on February 8th, 1910, the Boy Scouts of America officially started its charter. So because it was in February, we generally celebrate Scout Sunday in February, close to February 8th, but I know we're at March 30th, and so better late than never. It wasn't because we didn't try to get it in February. It was a very busy month. The Boy Scouts, also following the ideas of Lord Baden-Powell was the Girl Scouts of America, and they started in 1912. So you see Girl Scouts here as well. Also, the Campfire Girls were started around that same time, and they're also another group that's very much supported by the BCA. The origins of Scouting is why we always have Scout Sunday in February. As you know, by all the delicious cookies you may have eaten this past month, the Girl Scouts are still going strong. The Boy Scouts of America in 2019 made a change. Rather than a program for just boys exclusively, it opened its program to girls as well. Because of this change, it changed its program name to Scouts BSA. But BSA still stood for Boy Scouts of America. So this year, it changed its name to Scouting America to be completely inclusive of the youth it serves. Same great program, different name. Just so then if you get confused, so we're still the same program, it's just we're now Scouting America. Okay, so welcome to today's service, and thank you for joining us for this Scout Sunday.
All right. Please turn to page 34 for Sutra chanting Jusige.
Gagon chosegan hishimu jodo shigan fumanzo seifu joshoga ga omuryoko fuidai seshu Fusai shoringu seifu joshoga hijo mutno myosho chojippo kikyo mishomon seifu joshoga Ryokujin shonen joe shubongyo shigumu jodo isho tenin shi jinriki endaiko 諸無才道少女三組名交際集約難回避知恵言滅しこも案閉塞小悪道通断前注文競争上面像いよろじぽ新規時期天候音符言一種解放像公正功徳法上大集中説法ししく供養一切物具足修徳法願永心上満得意三害を女文無下知津断未不詳願学営利投資最小層新安脈効果大戦王冠の国書天人法内妙見ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブ管理しくろく平等正祭論も大師往生安楽法Namandab, Namandab, Samandab, 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 Samandab.
Please rise for the reading of our pledge, which can be found as an insert in your service book. Our pledge. Breaking out of my shell, I will share a warm smile and speak gentle words, just like the kind Buddha. Not becoming lost in my greed, anger, and ignorance, I shall think and act with an open mind, just like the calm and peaceful Buddha. Not putting myself first, I will share in the joy and sadness of others, just like the compassionate Buddha. Realizing the gift of life I have received, I shall strive to live each day to its fullest, like the Buddha who tirelessly works to liberate all. Namo Dubsu. Namo Dubsu. Namo Dubsu. Thank you. Please be seated.
Hi, I'm Cassidy's mom. I'm Sharon, Assistant Scoutmaster for Troop 895. It gives me great pleasure and so proud to introduce my daughter. She's going to present the Dharma message to you this morning. Cassidy Muraoka.
Okay. Okay, how's everyone doing this morning? I'm just gonna stall. Okay, I'm being so for real. I'm just gonna stall real quick because we need to figure that out. So, how's everyone doing this morning? Good. Oh my God, me too. Oh, did you guys see today we have Andrea here? I was like, oh my God, because she's been gone. I miss her. Are we good? Perfect. Allow? Allow. Okay. Perfect. Okay, wonderful. Let me get my script up real quick. Okay, so forgive me. Good morning. My name is Cassidy Muraoka. I was asked to give a talk today that relates to my experience in scouting. It sounded easy enough until I began to dissect every single experience that I've ever had within this program. And trust me, there's a lot. I ended up thinking the following. Is there anything that I regret about my experience in scouting? Now, there's a very specific reason why I bring up regret. Oh my God. There we go. There's a very specific reason why I bring up regret. As I approach the end of my high school life, I expect that life as I know it will change in a very drastic way. And as things change, it's only natural to wonder if there's anything I could have done differently. I spent a lot of time dwelling on the time I spent being busy. I wondered if my list of extracurriculars on my college application was worth the years of my life spent juggling so many activities, including academics, clubs, sports, music, temple, and of course, scouting. As you may imagine, my mind is always active, and I find myself having difficulty sleeping. And as many of us do, I often find myself looking at my phone before I sleep. And sometimes I look back at old pictures and oftentimes end up coming across photos from my summer in 2024. These are pictures of my friends from Camp Emerald Bay, a scout summer camp on Catalina Island. Some of my favorite memories came from my time spent with these people. I can fondly remember how we would hike 3 miles up Silver Peak in my sandals at 3 a.m. every Saturday. Silver Peak is that one with the sun in the top. And I remember how we'd also try to pull all-nighters and watch movies in the staff lounge. I remember how we would try to make milk tea out of whatever ingredients we could find, which is pictured in the top middle with my friend Keegan. And I especially remember how disgusting it tasted, but also how much fun it was. However, some of the most challenging moments of my life were on that same island, alongside those same people. I remember how a scout once walked off camp property without anyone's knowledge, and I had to involve search and rescue. I remember how nervous I got every time I met a new troop. But with each of these bad memories, there was a silver lining to each of them. This quote-unquote bright side was that each challenge was an opportunity to learn. The most prominent event I remember was a time a canoe with 14 campers capsized in the open ocean. This is not that event, but I'll get to it. When a canoe capsizes, it can only be rescued using a process called cross-canoeing. And pictured is cross-canoeing, but in a much smaller controlled environment. Cross-canoeing involves stacking an upside-down canoe perpendicular onto a stable canoe. It's pretty much exactly this picture, except instead of just 2 people, there was 21 people involved. So it was that, but not exactly that picture also. That's just where it would happen. So if you see this, oh, you can't see the cursor. Oh, maybe you can. But see this picture right here? That was the example that we had to do after this event happened because we had to make a safety video explaining what to do in this scenario. And then this picture right here, that's where it actually happened. So it was like in the middle of the ocean, and I was the only person from the camp that was trained to do what I was supposed to do. So in this particular case, scouts were drifting in the open ocean and surrounded by intense swells as a result of them tipping their canoe. Seeing them in the water, I was, as you may imagine, really nervous about potential injuries, but I couldn't let it show as to not worry my own campers in my own canoe. However, this was a scenario that I had practiced dozens of times before, as you can see. So I worked with my 14 scouts in the water and 6 scouts in my canoe to successfully flip the capsized vessel. After nearly an hour of battling the rocky ocean, we safely returned to shore. This was genuinely one of the most stressful events that I've ever had to manage, and when it was over, I was very proud of myself. I had done my job and helped every camper get to shore safely. So as you can see, my life as a ranger at Camp Emerald Bay is hectic and crazy, and at some point, I myself wondered if I regretted spending my summers staying so busy. But looking back, I learned so much from my time at Emerald Bay and picked up skills that I couldn't learn in a classroom and met people I would have never encountered had I stayed at home. So, while not everything was perfect, I believe this was an experience worth having because I learned something. So for any Dharma school kids, or even anyone in the Sangha who wants to live a life without regrets, I offer you this advice. Regret is something ultimately universal. It's only natural for us to look back at choices we made and wonder what could have been different. However, we can't let regret take over and sour our lives and experiences. Instead, use it as a lesson. Take advantage of every opportunity around you, whether that be making a new friend, participating in a sport at school, or even, joining scouting. You can only live life to the fullest if you put yourself out there and try new things, even if they're challenging. In fact, especially if they're challenging. Every experience, good or bad, is valuable if you learn something new. This will most likely be the last time I give a talk like this for a while. So thank you for your time. I hope you learned something from me, as it is the least I can offer since I have learned so much from all of you. Thank you.
Since this is Scout Sunday, I wanted to, we were hoping to get the awards, a couple of the awards in for Padma and for Sangha. So both, I just wanted to recognize that both Cassidy received the Sangha award and Andrea received the Padma award. And you may already, it was already announced, I think back at maybe the Obon service, but by Reverend Laverne, but she isn't here today, and so hopefully she'll be back later on, and we could celebrate this again. So, and with the presentation of the awards. But I wanted to recognize both. Want to stand up, Andrea? Stand up. She received the Padma Award. That's the highest religious award for Girl Scouts of America, and Cassidy received the Sangha Award, the highest religious award for Scouting America. Thank you. Also, I wanted to present to all the scouts coming up. Can you all the scouts come up here? And adult leaders that are participating in this Sunday's event. We have Scout Sunday patches. Scouting is full of all these different patches, and so I'll present these patches to all our scouts here. Thank you very much. We want to take a picture? All right.
I'm going to try to get us back on the program. We actually skipped something. So there's something that we do special for the service too. So we'll have incense offerings by the different scout programs by a nominated scout. So for Scouting America, our Dharma message for today was given by Cassidy Muroka. So for Scouting America, Cassidy Muroka. I think our Girl Scout just left again, so we'll come back to her later. Representing Cub Scouts, Flynn Cheeks. Representing Scout Leaders, Sharon King. As you can tell, this was all well rehearsed ahead of time. And representing the Buddhist Temple of San Diego, Mr. Kim Muroka. Thank you.
Please rise and join us in the reading Golden Chain, which can be found on page 90 of our service books. Golden Chain. I am a link in Amita's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amita's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Damitsu. Namo Damitsu.
Are there any announcements for today?
I have an announcement, not on behalf of Scouting, but on behalf of our Junior YBL. So, as you may know from my continuous announcements, the Junior YBL Southern District is selling Obon t-shirts. These ones, they're really cute. Sales are until April 26th, and t-shirts are available at the end of May. We have sizes small through extra, extra large, and they are $20. If you're interested, please see a junior. That would be me or Spirit. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Moni Ryan, and I'm a member of the Buddhist Temple of San Diego's Buddhist Women's Association. This year, we're going to have another wonderful afternoon tea on May 3rd between 2 and 5 p.m. And we hope all of you will be able to participate in this wonderful activity. We will have a lot of raffle prizes there, and they're from various different restaurants and other people who have donated wonderful prizes, like DZ Aikens, George's at the Cove Restaurant, Asa Bakery, the Cottage La Jolla, and jewelry from Beats and more. Many wonderful prizes will be there for us. And also we will have entertainment by the Dharma School students, and they will be showing some wonderful colonial dances that we are teaching them right now. And lastly, we have a wonderful menu, and we are asking for a $40 donation, which is a change from the original amount. So we hope to see all of you there. It'll be again Saturday, May 3rd from 2 to 5 p.m. Thank you, everyone.
The first cherry blossom at the Kaytee Buddhist Temple this year was March 21st. This is a record going all the way back to the Middle Ages. This is a record. This is a 1 in 10,000 event. For you sports fans, that is 20 times less likely than the Chicago Cubs winning the pennant this year. All right? It's a rare event. It's part of a warming trend. See somebody's shirt. On the 20th of next month, we will celebrate Earth Day in this temple, and I will be giving a Dharma school talk. I thank you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Nice to see so many of you at Temple today. Have a few announcements. Number one is after our Hanamatsuri service on April 13th, we'll be having our third annual Tostada Bingo fundraiser. So hope everybody will be able to join us for that. It will be in the annex, and the cost is $13 for adults, and for children under 12 and under, it'll be $6. There's a sign-up sheet in the office, so please sign up. Next Sunday is the last day to sign up for the event, and because we need to kind of figure out how much tostadas are going to be made, and bingo and so forth. But bingo is for everybody, so there'll be a lot of prizes for adults and kids, so it should be fun. So last couple of years have been a big hit, so we hope to do this, make it an even bigger success on the 13th. The second item is for those Kaytee Kai, the pioneers 80 years and older. You probably have either received an invitation by email or by mail about the JCC, the Japanese Coordinating Council's Community Kaytee Kai on April 26th here at the temple. So if you would like to attend, please sign up, and you can respond to here at the temple. And I believe the deadline for that is April 15th. And then lastly, please join us for hospitality today. The Junior YBA is hosting hospitality, and there's a lot of food down there. And so you got to come downstairs and help finish it up. Okay, so thank you.
Hi, everybody. In connection with the JCC's Kaytee Kai, my sensei, Yoshiko Monji, who also belongs to the temple, was asking if there were any people who could volunteer to help serve tea and pass out lunches. And also, they really wanted people to come and help dance at the end of the performance. I think they're going to have live shamisen music. So if you can dance tankobushi, or I think there's one other folk dance. I'm hoping the Odori group from the temple might come. So we need helpers to serve tea and things like that. Thank you. You can contact me, and I'll put you in touch with Yoshiko Monji Sensei. Thank
you. During my earlier announcements of the awards, I forgot to mention one scout that, since we've last had Scout Sunday, has achieved the rank of Eagle Scout. It's a great honor. We're the Boy Scouts of America, and but now we are Scouting America, and we still have the same awards. And the highest award for Scouting America is Eagle Scout. It is only achieved by 4% of all Scouts each year. So it is a very great honor to achieve that. You're in the rare company of presidents and astronauts and athletes and many great people. So Spirit, can you stand up and be recognized for your fantastic achievement?
I just want to underscore the availability of food at hospitality for this reason. There are many people who are coming to our temple around 11:45 to eat a prepaid bento and then watch a free short film. It's about 30 minutes long with comments before and after by representatives of the Japanese American Historical Society. It doesn't sound like it's about Japanese Americans. It's called One Fighting Irishman. But the subtitle is Wayne M. Collins and the Tule Lake Deportation. It has to do with some of the details of the injustice done to the Japanese American community, actual U.S. citizens being incarcerated without due process that should have been afforded to them by the Constitution of the United States. So it's a little bit of a heavy film. It speaks to our time. But if you did not pre-order a bento, have a nice lunch downstairs, and then the movie itself will start showing at 12:30 p.m. Many thanks. Thank you, Rick.
So one more thing that we like to, anyone in the Sangha who was a scout in their youth, we'd like to go ahead and recognize them. So if you were a Girl Scout, if you were a Boy Scout, if you were in the campfire program, and that can be from also all the other countries where the scouting program exists as well. Please stand so we can recognize all former scouts. Wow, we have so many this year. All right, thank you very much. There's one last thing that the Scouts would like to do as part of the programming for Scout Sunday, and that is that we're going to sing a campfire song for you. This is usually the campfire song we do at the end of camp at night around the campfire. So this year we actually have a musician who's going to play along with us. So if the Scouts could go ahead and form up at the front again, we'll go ahead and sing the Scout Vespers. You'll find the words to it on the back of your service program for today.
Oh, you good?
Ready? All right, somebody's got to start us off though.
All the light day as our campfire fades away silently guiltless sleep tonight. Have done and have I dared, everything to be prepared.
Thank you, everybody. There's been a slight change to the service program, as there has been all morning, and that is that there is not a Dharma school this morning, so we won't be dismissing the Dharma school students to Dharma school as you see in your program. So we will continue on with the service programming. So I will hand it back over to our minister's assistants to go ahead and lead the remainder of the service, and we will be chanting the Vandana and Tisarana. Mr. Bill Teague will go ahead and give us direction. The Vandana Tisarana can be found on page 96 of your service books.
Thank you, Rick. In the old days, we would allow the chant leader to start and the rest of us to join in, but this is a very democratic approach on this particular chant. It dates back to the time of the historical Buddha. We think the words are the same. We think that even the tune that we use is the same. And if you had your time machine, you could go into years past, and if the time machine actually could take you to other countries, you'd be able to hear this song sung for over 2,500 years. So it's a great pleasure to chant with you the Vandana Tisarana. And Rick, were you able to give the page number?
Page 96.
Thank you. I think I'm the one who missed that. So we'll begin, and you should know that the Vandana, as it starts, is a praise to the Buddha. And the second part are the three treasures, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. We'll be doing them in English, Pali, and Japanese before we're done. So please join me for the Vandana Tisarana. Unlike other chants, we're not going to ring the concho to start off, so we'll just jump in. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Sama Sambuddhasa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddham Dharanam Gacchami. Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Sangham Saranam Gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Kie Butsu. Namo Kie Ho. Namo Kie So. Please put your hands together in Gasho. Namandabatsu, Namandabatsu, Namandab, Samandab, Samandab, Samandab.
Mr. Bill Teague will now share with us today's Dharma message.
Hi, everyone. Really nice to see so many of you here today. We're going to begin with a recitation that's appropriate for Scout Sunday. Please put your hands together in Gasho and listen. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandab, Namandab. So that's a little unusual, but I did want to link that Scout law to what we engage in here at the temple. But first, just to share my bona fides, I did stand when they called for former Scouts. I don't like to brag, but I made it to second class. And I played bugle in the La Mesa Troop 311 Drum and Bugle Corps. They would take us to parades like the Brawley Cattle Call, where you had to watch where you were walking behind all of the livestock. But we enjoyed it. It was fun. But I did want to thank the organizers, the Scout leaders, the Scouts themselves for today's service, and especially congratulations to Cassidy Muraoka on your wonderful achievement. Please let's give them all a round of applause. We should also acknowledge the recent tragedies of earthquakes in Thailand and Myanmar. Most of you know that both of those countries are very much Buddhist mainstream countries. Obviously, they have other religions, but the majority of people are very devout Buddhists in a way that would put us to shame. We're a minority religion, maybe 1 or 2% of all Buddhists in the United States. But regardless, it was a horrible thing. I think the last time I looked at a headline, the death toll was over 1,600 people. So, and second to that, it's not the same status, but it may affect us as Buddhists because these are both very Buddhist countries. There was destruction of temples, pagodas, and monasteries, some of great historical significance in Myanmar. And I have yet to read reports, but I only recently learned of the area of Bagan in Thailand. But they have the whole valley is filled with ornate temples from various styles, often quite lavish. And when the fog settles in or the mist settles into the valley, it's especially magical. But the area is also prone to seismic damage. So we hope that there are not major temples that are destroyed in the Bagan area. And of course, we sympathize with the fact that some Buddhist institutions, the physical component of them was destroyed in the earthquake. I'd like to ask all of us to take a moment of silence. You can just bow your head, but let's all send our sympathies and our compassion to the survivors who now have to deal with the earthquake and their own grief. So please, let's take 1 minute. Thank you so much. Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. Samada. So I'd like to focus on the relationship of what the reading was of the Scout Law at the beginning with our Buddhist practice. Because I was struck by this, and I wanted to call it to your attention. And that is that there is a key component of aspiration in a lot of the readings we do. Aspiration can also refer to breath, but it also means if we aspire to something, we hope to something. We want to do something. We're making a commitment by saying, this is what I want to do, or this is what I will do. Anything in the future tense has to be aspirational. You don't know what the future holds, but you hoped to be able to do this thing or be this way. So in the case of the Scout Law, it's the latter because the Scouts are defining themselves. What is a good Scout? What is the ideal? It's to be brave, thrifty, clean, reverent, etc. And just take a moment while I read those adjectives. You can decide, have I been all of these things all of the time? Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Probably none of us has a perfect score every single day because we're only human. We're Bombu in our tradition's parlance. Bombu is an ignorant being, somebody who's foolish, and if we recognize that we're ignorant and foolish, our lives will be better because we're not so full of ourselves. We're not running into other people. But what a beautiful list of ideals to follow. I think every parent would like a child to go ahead and be that way. Every parent might want to be that way as well. So the aspiration is there. But now let's think about some of the things that we do every day. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts. I will say pure and beautiful words. I will do pure and beautiful deeds. Those are aspirations. Those are our hopes. So Dharma school students, when you go through the service, that's a very common recitation we do. Some of you may be familiar with the Bodhisattva vows, or the Metta Sutra, the Loving Kindness Sutra. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulty come to them. May I be happy and well. May no harm or difficulty come to me. We aspire to live a life free of hardship, not because we're the lucky ones, not because our parents are wealthy or we have a big bank account or we drive a big car, but for all of us, everyone. May all beings be happy and well. That's a very Buddhist aspiration because it's not just me, 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 me. It's everyone. You is affected by that aspiration. Some of you may be familiar with bodhisattva vows. A bodhisattva is someone who is at the cusp, just about to become a Buddha. Amida Buddha. Anybody know his bodhisattva name? Some people are cheating. No, not really, but yeah, Dharmakara. And Dharmakara, they don't always say this, but it means Dharma storehouse. So if you want to think about the story of how the bodhisattva, Dharmakara, became the Buddha, it was because he was a Dharma storehouse. He had mastered the Dharma over eons of study according to the sutras. And that may resonate with us because our founder, Shinran Shonin, studied at Mount Hiei for over 20 years and read the entire Mahayana Sutra, which you could measure in hundreds of pounds, not just in pages. It's a bookcase about 6 feet high of fat volumes in a recent edition that was done in Japan in the 1920s. Shinran Shonin went through all of them. He himself became a Dharma storehouse. And in the pictures, it's hard to see in the little honorary altars on either side, but behind me is Shinran Shonin, and sometimes it's more visible if he has a dark background when they depict him, but he has a special white scarf around his neck. And that is symbolic. It's because he's recognized as well as a Dharma master, a Dharma storehouse. But anyway, the aspirations, some of you may have come across the Mahayana Bodhisattva vows. The aspiration is to do things that are clearly impossible. You couldn't possibly do these things. Ignorant beings are numberless. I vow to save them all. That was the desire. That was the wish of the Bodhisattva. Or the Dharma is endless. I vow to master it all. And in this case, Dharma is endless just means that every day we have opportunities to learn more about how the world really works, how our self interacts with that world. And in that sense, Dharma is endless. And finally, I just wanted to leave you with this, that of all the bodhisattvas in the Buddhist literature, Amida Buddha, as Bodhisattva Dharmakara, was the bodhisattva of bodhisattvas. Because in the vows that he made 48 vows. But the one most important to Shinran that he wanted us to focus on was that if anyone were to recite Amida Buddha's name sincerely, not just as mumbo-jumbo, but sincerely, only a number of times, that they have secured their spot on the path to becoming a Buddha. They don't become a Buddha by magic. None of us become a Buddha by magic. And again, it's not said so directly often in Dharma talks, but the reason we're here, besides the fact that we hope we have good food for you, you can enjoy that downstairs after, or that you get to see old friends, you hope, but that we're all on our path to becoming a Buddha. The sutras tell us it's non-retrogressive. Some Dharma school students know that word, but it just means no falling back. Once you have recited the Nembutsu sincerely, you have enough awareness to realize what you need to do next. So even when we say, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, which can be translated as, I put my faith in Buddha, or even better, I like this translation, I'll keep Amida Buddha in mind. There's no backsliding. We're okay. That's why in this tradition, we say, you're okay just as you are. Me? I'm a foolish being. I'm a bombu. If you recognize you're a foolish being, you are already on your way to become a Buddha. It's ourselves that are the biggest gate to Buddhism. Not temples with doors, not best-selling books with good-looking authors on the cover, but who we really are. Yes, we're foolish beings. Yes, we're bombu. And yet, thanks to Amida Buddha's wisdom, thanks to Amida's compassion, we're on our way to becoming Buddhas. So, Scouts, continue to make your recitations, continue to aspire to be better people. The rest of us who are not Scouts currently, we're going to follow your example. You're ahead. We're behind. We really appreciate what you do. Please join me in Gasho. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill, for your Dharma message and for making the theme about our Scout Sunday service as well. Thank you. Okay. We are now reaching the end of our service programming, but before we do, I'd like to invite everyone to please rise for the singing of the Gatha, Ondok-san 2. You can find the words on page 128 of your service book. Please be seated. And please join me in silent meditation. A reading of verses from the Bodhisattva's vow, the way of the Bodhisattva. May I be a medicine for the weak, the sick, and weary, nursing them until their afflictions are gone forever. I would be a protector of the helpless, a guide for travelers and their means for crossing a stream, a lamp for those seeking light, a bed for those who wish to rest, an inexhaustible treasure for those who are poor and destitute. May all find happiness through my actions, and let no one suffer because of me. Whether they love or hate me, may those feelings be the source of their fulfillment. Those who mock, accuse, or wrong me, may they all attain enlightenment. Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. We will now conclude this morning's service. I wish to thank those who worked hard to make this a meaningful experience for all of you. To the Scouts for leading today's service, Ms. Trishia Carinio for providing us with the music, Reverend Honda for operating our AV and live stream, our minister's assistants who work so very hard behind the scenes and do so many things that make our services run that we don't even see. A special thank you to our speakers this morning, including Cassidy Moroka for sharing her experiences. I put here earning her Sangha award, but also talking about Camp Emerald Island and how to save people who capsize in a canoe. And to Bill, who, as always, provides us with a deep and meaningful message in sharing the Dharma with us. Thank you all for being our Dharma message speakers today. Most of all, thank all of you for your attendance, both here and in person, and those who are joining us on the live stream or who may be viewing this recording at a later date. Thank you all. I now welcome you all to offer incense.